Sorry. Thank you.
You're about to enter the King House courtroom of Judge Q. The people are real, the cases are real, the rulings are final. This is his courtroom, this is Judge Q. All rise. Do you swear that the evidence you shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you Haas? Be seated.
Good evening.
Good evening, Your Honor. Fawad Khan representing the prosecution.
Good evening, Your Honor. Olga Green representing the defense.
Very well, let's begin.
Your Honor, the first matter is of Dr. Poslan's. The defendant, Dr. Poslan's, is being accused of racketeering and running an underground mouse trafficking ring. Dr. Poslan's has profited by training his mice to become thieves, stealing vital clinical supplies and using them for his own private practice. The trafficking ring came to light after the mice went rogue and started appearing during the day, threatening students, patients, and staff, everybody around.
Your Honor, my client insists that these mice aren't his and that they were acting under their own accord. The prosecution is simply trying to paint my innocent client as a scapegoat. We'd like to enter the plea of not guilty.
Dr. Poslan's, as you hold the sole responsibility of ensuring the legitimacy and credibility of the faculty clinics, you are found guilty on all charges and sentenced to severing your inter-faculty relationship.
Thank you, Your Honor. The next accused is Mr. Derek Burgess. Mr. Burgess is being charged with numerous counts of falsifying patient records, fraud, and solicitation of fraud. Time and time again, he lures students with the promise of healthy, highly motivated patients with significant credit value. Unbeknownst to his victims, he provides Clinic 2 students with rejects from 4th year students who have an ASA of no less than 4 and only need scaling. Clinic productivity is at a low due to his extortion.
May I remind the court that Mr. Burgess is not a dentist? He simply sees that the patient is taking 1 tablet of acetylsalicylic acid a day and assigns an ASA of 1. When he sees an MI in a chart, he simply phones up the patient and asks for a middle initial. His diploma in cold calling does not include any medical training, and he should not be held responsible for any mistakes outside of his own scope of practice.
Ms. Green, how is it that Mr. Burgess gained employment at the faculty without any relevant experience?
Your Honor, we're not actually clear on the details of that one. He just kind of showed up one day with a headset and turquoise shirt, and no one really questioned it.
Well, I'll tell you, Your Honor, may I please? So 5 years ago, Sylvia brought him to a take your kid to work day. And he just never left. No interview, no background check, and he's still employed.
Okay, Mr. Burgess is clearly in the wrong here. We're lucky there hasn't been a major incident yet. I have no choice but to suspend his employment until he has successfully completed a medical terminology course. And I here ban all candy-colored dress shirts at the faculty effective immediately. Next.
A wise and just punishment. Thank you. Your Honor, you may remember the next repeat offender. Returning this evening is the notorious Lucy Ferrero. Along with her charge of failing to properly evaluate a faculty distributor, Ms. Ferrero has been put in charge of securing a contract with a scub distributor. Ms. Ferrero was put in charge last year. It has come to our attention that Lucy rushed the process without due diligence, handing over thousands in student tuition without asking one vital question. Do you even have scrubs? Well, Your Honor, the answer is no, they don't. And to this day, students don't have the scrubs they paid for.
Your Honor, she has expressed her deepest sympathies to the students. Tragically, Lucy suffers with mercury poisoning due to her obsession with cleaning mercury scraps. It's no secret that Ms. Ferraro botched the scrub order, but we urge the court to recognize that it was simply a lapse in judgment due to her heavy metal poisoning.
Not only has your client mishandled student funds, but has also managed to shit on her own IPAC protocols and poison herself. Due to the mercury poisoning, the court finds Ms. Ferrero unfit to stand trial, but sentences her to sit through her own torturous IPAC lectures. Hopefully she can take her own advice.
Another noble decision by Your Honor, thank you. If I may, the next case is of Dr. Binary, aka the Pulp Chaser. Dr. Binary is being charged with multiple assaults with a deadly weapon. His weapon of choice is a number 6 round burr. Or as he likes to call it, the largest thing you got. Wielding this harpoon on full blast, he desiccates the beautiful preps of students of Clinic 2 in what he calls final refinement. After he finishes chasing the decay, he leaves hopeless students in a desperate search for Vitribond.
Objection, Your Honor, this is absurd.
Order, Miss Green. I'll remind you this is a court of law. On what grounds do you object?
My apologies, Your Honor, but this is not a chargeable offense. This is, however, a chargeable code. The ODA guidelines clearly state, no unintended affect of a treatment is to be considered neglect if there is a chargeable code to accompany it. So, turning a 1-surface prep into a 3-surface prep is not only indicated in each of these cases, but it also brings in more revenue. Therefore, the faculty should be grateful for Dr. Biner's commitment to generating the vital funds it needs to keep open.
Objection sustained. The 5 months of experience of Clinic 2 students does not trump the expertise of Dr. Biner. So in the interest of funding more useless renovations for the school, all charges against Dr. Biner will be dropped immediately. Court is now in recess.